Good morning. So, how y'all doing? Hope y'all's New Year's Eve was fabulous. Mine did not quite go as I'd planned. I ended up in a predicament like I did last weekend. I showed up to the facility and was told, you're not supposed to be here. So, I filled out my paperwork saying that the shift was canceled. I actually spoke to the DON at the facility, and she specifically told me that when she spoke to someone at agency to try to get me to switch nights from the 31st to the 30th, that she had let them know that I wasn't going to be needed. And I actually have the text message conversation with this gentleman with the agency. His name is, I'm going to call him Alex. I specifically asked Alex, I said, are they canceling me? I said, if they're saying that they could manage without me. And he said, no, you're fine. They would just prefer that you work tonight instead of tomorrow night. But Alex, excuse me, y'all, I've had this weird throat thing going on for the last 24 hours here. Since Alex has come on and taken over managing the day-to-day shift stuff, there has been a lot of issues. It's taken forever to get shifts posted on the app. I've had all these cancellations, you know, where I'm showing up and I'm not supposed to be there anymore. And there's going to have to be some conversation with the admin. The email that I shot her about the last time this happened, she never responded. So I'm going to be calling her this week, and I'm going to be letting her know that, you know, I'm not okay with how this is going, because it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to me to show up when I'm not supposed to be there, and it makes me look like I'm incompetent, like I can't keep track of when I'm supposed to be and where. I think I've established that I show up when I'm supposed to be somewhere. I am never late. I never call out. You know, I come in and I do my job. So the fact that this now makes me look like a fool to these people that I have worked with so much previously, it's not a good look. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna cross that bridge when I get to it. So I came home, got in the bed and watched a little TV, and I went to bed like hella early. Like I went to bed, I think I fell asleep between 1:30 and 2, and here we are now, and it's like 10 o'clock in the morning, and I'm wide awake, and I don't have to be at work until 11 o'clock tonight. So I am catching up on all the insanity of girl world right now. I listened to Foodie's I'm Taking Him Back video, which we already knew. I mean, she kind of wasted her time to go through that whole rigmarole of recording and editing, because, I mean, she had already pretty much let it be known she was going to take him back the day before when she was on live in the car, you know. She has rode so hard for, you're just fetish shaming, you know, and that's not what, first off, I don't think anybody out here actually gives two shits, pun intended, that old boy likes to play and poop and pee, okay? That, nobody cares about that. The only thing that causes any kind of concern for people is the fact that he has such violent fetish, fantasy play, because let's be real, fantasy can only take you so far, you know. That's just the way it goes. And while she's latching so hard onto this your fetish shaming thing, the biggest thing that she is not addressing is the fact that this man cheated on her. Okay, first off, ma'am, he treats me like a queen. He treats me like a princess. He opens doors for me. Ma'am, in case you weren't obviously taught, to have somebody open doors for you, that is the minimum requirement to be with somebody for me. You better treat me with some respect and some sense. Okay, that is not the end all be all. That is the bare minimum that you are required to meet. Okay, so her acting like that's really something is just beyond a head scratcher for me. Another thing that she doesn't seem to want to acknowledge or can't acknowledge either is the fact that this, there is obviously something broken if he is seeking out other people to meet his needs. That means there is something lacking in this perfect relationship, but she can continue to live in her little Delulu land if that's what she wants. And her saying, I'll deal with the consequences if it happens again. It will happen again. There is no question of it. Since she likes statistics, I'll put one up here for her, that people who cheat are 3 times more likely to do it again. So all this really has done for him is taught him to, number 1, stop shopping in the fan base, and 2, to make sure that he is sneakier about it from here on in. Her claiming that she has ways of knowing when he's doing stuff like this. Ma'am, you didn't know this time. Talking about, I don't even know you. You don't know him. And you don't know what he's capable of. The only thing that even brought this out is the fact that old dude is so stupid that he's got 2 brain cells fighting for 3rd place. If he had even a, bare minimum normal IQ, he would have been able to do this and never have you find out. But I have spoke to this. This is all secondary to her inflating this ego for absolutely no reason, and him thinking he's the greatest thing since sliced bread when we know he's not. I mean, number 1, we've seen him. Number 2, we've heard him. Gherkin boy, first off, aren't you embarrassed to be showing people that? I mean, come on now. What is it with dudes thinking that they've got like the best little Johnson on the planet? Like, first off, I done see more Johnsons over the course of my life just from work. First off, they all look the same, okay? There ain't nothing unique or special about it unless there's actually something unique or special about it. I mean, they look pretty much the same. They're just all different hues, So I'll never understand that male thought process. But anyway, now that I have talked about that foolishness, I did see several of you tell me Happy New Year and that you hope my night went well. But, I rang in the new year snoring. And, since I have gotten up, which hasn't been long, I've had some thoughts. I'm not real big on, resolutions because, that's kind of turned into a joke where people only really carry things out for 30 days. Realistically, all I can think of at this point is that 2024 for me is going to be a year of elevation. It is my aim to, instead of correct things that I don't like, I'm going to emphasize the things that I do like and work overall to make every part of me and my life more of what I want it to be, if that makes sense. And I mean, realistically, I'm taking that stance along with the stance that I've had already, that I want the rest of my life to be the best of my life, if that makes sense. I want to be able, when the time comes that I do see my mom again on the other side, that I can tell her that I made the most of the time that I had left. That losing her, even though it was very, very hard on me, mentally, physically, and emotionally, that in the long run, it changed me for the better. And that I know, because of her example and all the things that she accomplished and the things that she still wanted to accomplish, that I looked at her and said, if she can do this, then I can do this. And because of that, I was able to have a life that I really could only be thankful for, you know. So that is really where I'm at today. I'm just kind of pondering on it all and trying to figure out exactly where I want to start and what I want my areas of emphasis to be. But I guess I'll figure that out. So that's where I am. That's what I got. Hope you guys had a wonderful night. Hope you all came through it safe. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.